Good evening. Hey, good evening, good evening. Jessa Carter, the Peaceful Billionaire here, checking in, Mission to Billions, vlog day 23. Day 23. Is today Monday or Tuesday? Today's Tuesday. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so today was Tuesday. Oh my gosh. It was an internal productive day. So did a lot of catching up on some emails and corresponding with my team with things that are in the works. And I don't think these things are working. I don't know or why I even have them in still. And then spent some time focusing on my VIP days. So I do some in-person transformational VIP experiences for industry leaders that are invite or referral only. And so I've just been connecting with people in my network, inviting people that I know to experience that. And my team is doing some joint venture outreach for me. I have a whole system and a plan that I mapped out that they're helping me with outreach, but there are some people that I have closer, more personal relationships with that I would like to discuss joint venture partnerships with, that I certainly want to reach out personally and directly to. So did a bit of that. And I met with a potential sales team member. And so I am obviously kind of ironing out some of these, systems and, for the SOPs for what that's really going to be like and experience. But it was pretty cool because I wasn't sure, if he would be interested. I wasn't sure what to expect. But I reached out to him based on, and having a positive experience with him with, with what he currently does from a sales perspective. And no, by the way, I'm not, I'm not poaching him from another, coaching business or mastermind. So I'm not, not poaching somebody else's team member. He works for like a company, larger organization that is not in the same industry whatsoever. But I just thought, he might be a good fit. I thought he might be interested in the opportunity. When I was thinking of who do I know that might be a good fit, that I would enjoy working with and being part of the team kind of thing. He was someone that I thought of. And what was really cool is, at first he was a little apprehensive because he's like, well, I really wasn't planning on leaving. He has a sales goal that he's set for himself to hit with the company that he's at before he moves on. And so I was like, well, listen, I certainly don't want to, to take away from, from whatever that sales goal is, right, that you have with that company. However, so I'm like, I don't know if it's a good fit, but so let me just share with you. But he said at first that he gets approached for opportunities for people seeking him out, wanting him to come work for them all the time, and that he always says no. As a matter of fact, there was someone who reached out to him who was literally willing to pay for him to get his real estate license and bring him on her team, and he said no. And so that was how the conversation started. And then I just shared with him, like the mission, the vision of my company, and what our core values are, and what we do, and and shared with him a little bit about the opportunity and the role, and there's going to be a lot of room for growth and expansion, and learning and setting up his own financial future in a different way than he might have expected. And so he was very interested, and so there was some, he wanted some more firm answers to a few questions, which I'm still kind of ironing out and mapping out through my support systems. And I have a meeting tomorrow with a company that also helps place with salespeople. We'll see how that goes. We'll see what information and insights that I gain from that, and whether or not it's a good fit for me to to work with that company, or to get somebody from that company. I really don't know what to expect. So I'm getting on the call to figure that out. And if not, then if I don't get some of the answers that I need from that call, then through Krista's group, who I'm building this model, I'll reach out and connect with her sales manager to get some of my questions answered, and to get some guidance and some clarity, just to solidify things a bit more, as well as chat with my sales mentor about it, and my friend that I spoke with last week, also who does sales stuff. So I have a lot of support, a lot of people that I can talk to to kind of help me navigate really kind of creating this, because it is a new role in my company, and there's going to be we're starting with one, but it's going to be one of many on this journey of growth and scaling. And so I mean, again, what's required internally and externally, sometimes what's required is learning and really leaning on others for support, and leveraging their wisdom and their zone of genius. And so I'm grateful to have people in my life who, that I do have that support. I shared a little bit about it on my live today, where for a long time that was not my MO. For a long time, my MO was just this super strong, independent, have to do everything alone. And while I am still no damsel in distress by any stretch of the imagination, right? I'm a powerful force and very powerful creature, but I do know what it is and what it means, and the power and the value of being able to say, hey, I need help navigating this, right? I need support, I need guidance. And that used to be something that was completely foreign to me, and was quite impossible for me, really, because it was just so foreign to me. And so grateful for that on both sides, right? Both internally, that I've made that shift within myself, and then also externally, that I have people within my network for that. And I think this came up, and I'll talk about it on a live soon. And I wrote something several years ago, and it was around like your self-worth determines your net worth, right? And really part of what is required internally, right, is that self-worth determines your net worth. And then also people say that your network determines your net worth, right? And one of my mentors refers to it as net wealth instead of net worth, which I really like, because your worth is in no way, shape, or form tied to your earnings or your assets. So your personal value, right? Your self-worth is in no way, shape, or form tied to your net worth, meaning the two are not proportional, but a higher self-worth a higher self-worth does tend to lend towards, right, a higher net wealth, or net worth, and as they call it, a higher net wealth, right? But your net wealth says nothing about your self-worth, or who you truly are, but how much you value yourself, how much you trust yourself, how much you believe in yourself, how much confidence you have in yourself. That's the part, that self-worth, that self-trust, that self-belief, that self-confidence, the self-determination, right? Those are those internal things that create, that create and generate a larger net wealth. But the net wealth does not determine, right? Does not in any way, shape, or form determine your self-worth. And that's really powerful to stay connected to that truth wherever you are on your journey. Is whether you're expanding, whether you feel like whether you're like in the negative, and you feel like you don't really have a material net wealth that you've built, or if you're not happy with the net wealth that you've built to this point, that you are worthy of whatever financial destiny you choose, whatever net wealth you would like to achieve or attain for yourself, that you are worthy of having that and achieving that and getting to that place. And it certainly takes work and dedication to get there, and that's the path and the journey. And each day I feel like each day I'm like, I have so much respect, right, for the people who have people ahead of me who have built similar companies to what I'm building. And I mean, it's no joke, right? I mean, it's really no joke to to create that, and to really build a company, a profitable company from the ground up. And I'm just really fortunate and blessed to be at this place, right, this pinnacle of growth and expansion, both within myself and within my business, within my company, and to be able to bring more and more opportunity, more and more opportunity to the world. And I ended up chatting this evening. I got a surprise phone call from my soul brother, who is on a soul sabbatical adventure in California for the month, and kind of reclused from tech. I mean, he is kind of documenting his journey and sharing his adventures, but otherwise he's like anti-Zoom calls and phone calls, and he's just being fully present for his journey, which I love for him, and I'm so happy for him, and I'm so proud of him. And so I was really blessed and pleasantly surprised that I got a phone call from him this evening. And so not only is he a dear friend and a soul brother, but he's someone who is going to be working within my company as well. And we were chatting about that, and I was able to share with the potential sales team member today as well, right? So anyone who works for my company, regardless of the capacity, because I also have a couple of prospects for MCs for my events that I'll be meeting with as well. And anyone is, so it's really cool, and I love this this opportunity to lead, not only in my life but within my business, to lead with generosity and prosperity, and that's something that I get to do for not only for my clients to like lead my clients with generosity and prosperity, but to also lead my team with generosity and prosperity. So anyone who is on my team, regardless of what capacity they are, what role they're filling. So anyone from my VAs to my practitioners to my sales team, COOs, CFOs, all of the other roles within the company. Everyone within my company has the opportunity to be part of my program, to be part of what I teach, so that they can implement and integrate, right, these teachings and the system, right, the Peaceful Billionaire Wealth System, so that they can integrate that into their own lives to build their own unprecedented levels of financial freedom and wealth and success for themselves. And so that's just, it's like, sometimes I have to pinch myself and yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm not sure, right, entirely. I mean, I am, but I'm not. It's like I kind of have to pinch myself that this is where I am and who I am and where I've ended up on my journey, where my journey has taken me, because I didn't know. I didn't know that this was where my journey was going to take me. I remember being the employee, being fully only identified in, my role in medicine and that identity as Jessa Carter, neurosurgical, Jessa Carter, PAC, neurosurgery, right? Physician assistant certified, for any of you who don't know. And that was my subspecialty, right, in medicine, was neurosurgery. And as a physician assistant, we do 80 to 90% of what the doctor does. We're there for the surgeries. We're first assisting them in the surgeries. We don't do the surgeries ourselves, but when you work with surgeons for many years and they trust you, you gain your skills and you get to help them and do a fair amount of things, which is just truly remarkable. Neurosurgeons are by far some of the most brilliant and highly skilled minds, and just minds and like borderline machines, because their ability to focus and to like maintain their calm in levels of stress, I mean, it's just bar none. So I'm very, very fortunate to have that experience, because it also serves me on this journey, right? Where I can tolerate some things that are seemingly highly stressful, that just, and I'm just like, even killed, got this. So you do definitely gain some life skills in that career, for sure. Many, actually. My surgical sewing skills also come in very handy around the house and for other reasons sometimes, but that's completely besides the point. But I lost track of where I was going. Just meeting, like, what I was saying is I didn't know, right? I didn't know that I was going to end up here. I didn't know that I was going to be called and guided to be this transformational leader and this beacon for change, and this mission to bring forth, right? To bring forth that it is your divine birthright to be rich and to give as many people as possible the opportunity to achieve financial freedom and to build a life that is, beyond their current, beyond their current level of perception, currently beyond their wildest dreams. It's it's really, really remarkable. Like I said, I mean, when I started out on the journey, I had no clue, right? No clue that this is where I would be guided, that this is where I would end up. And I always say it was, my career in neurosurgery, that was a conscious choice. That was a conscious decision that I made. And the work that I do now in the world chose me, truly chose me. And, it's just a blessing to be called to be, to be a leader, truly, to be a leader, to be a beacon of light, to be a beacon for transformation, for change, for wealth building, for financial freedom, and what is required internally and externally to create that. Because it was a journey for me. There was a lot of inner work that had to be done. There was a lot of growth, a lot of expansion, of getting rid of the unsupportive programming, the unsupportive beliefs when it came to wealth, to being rich, to, being deserving and worthy of that, to, believing that it was possible, to from believing it was possible, to knowing it was possible, to making it possible, and actually accomplishing and achieving it. I remember the early days of, having the dream, but having no clue how I was going to get there, or in fact that I was going to get there. And so it was, it was like then this level of creating abundance and freedom, and then being asked to guide others on that path. I didn't I didn't expect that. I didn't. And because originally the calling and the guidance was, Jessa, you're supposed to be on that stage. So I was like, okay, I'm supposed to speak. I'm supposed to speak from stage and, light up the masses. But speaking from stage, the initial guidance and the initial calling, like I said, I had no clue that I would then be, guided to a place of doing the mentorship and the leadership and the transformational work that I do now. So, anyways, extremely blessed, extremely grateful, and that's all. That's all for now. I'm going to get myself to bed so that I can get ready for my day tomorrow and have another productive and pleasantly pleasantly productive and somewhat unexpected day, because there's always a little bit unexpected in my day, no matter how planned it is. So that is all. Mission to Billions vlog day 23. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.